has the coronavirus affected the Dallas-Fort Worth housing market for April 2020? That's what I'm going to be sharing with you today, as well as some predictions for the remainder of 2020. Hi, I'm Dana Pollard, a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Texas, and I've been selling real estate for over 12 years now. And I want to give you my perspective on the housing market as well as some real numbers. And I did live through and sell real estate through the 2008 housing crash. Recession, and as well as I had investment property, and we kind of fared through that. We made it through it alive, and the properties have significantly increased in value since then. But what I want to share with you is today's snapshot of where we're at regarding COVID-19. So the first thing I want to cover is April sales in 2020, and then we're going to cover the last 10 years. And at the end, the third piece of this video is some of my opinions and predictions. Can anyone predict what is really going to happen in the housing market in the coming year? Absolutely not. But I kind of have some opinions and feelings toward it being in the market, and feel free to share your opinions as well. At the end of the day, none of us really knows. So in order to get a good picture of where we're at today, we have to take a look at last year, the same months. And so what we're going to do is look at January through April of 2019 so that we can compare January through April of 2020. Now, what we're going to take a look at is how many homes have sold in the Dallas-Fort Worth market in 2019, in January through April. So April, we sold 14,787 homes. And if we compare it to this year, we've sold 10,600 homes in the month of April, all of Dallas-Fort Worth. And so regarding housing, has it tanked? I wouldn't say tanked, but definitely pulled off, right? So what we're seeing in the market today is that many home sellers have been nervous about putting their home on the market, thinking, well, can I even sell it if I can't show my house? Now, in the state of Texas, real estate has been deemed essential, and so we have been able to continue showings. We wear gloves and a face mask, and we do as many video tours as possible. But to be down 4,000, yes, is a big deal from last year, but houses are still selling. So the next thing we want to look at and to gauge how the market is doing is the median home price. So again, this is all of Dallas-Fort Worth and the surrounding suburbs, the country areas, and the median home price in 2019 was $214,000 for the month of April, and in 2020 it's gone down $2,000. $212,000 is the median home price, or the sales price. Now, it's very interesting to me that last year in March it was only $199,000, and this year it was $219,000 median home price. And the possibility there, and it's only $20,000, right? But the possibility is that this year there were less listings in the month of March, which drove the prices up a little bit, right? And then now that there are less homes on the market in April than average, there are also less buyers on the market than average, but that fluctuation with less people listing has created just slightly, $2,000 really, in home sales prices and going down. So those are very interesting indicators. So has the coronavirus tanked the housing market yet? It has not tanked. It has gone down, but the values are remaining quite steady. Now let's take a look. This is what I found interesting. These are all taken from the MLS. Netris is our MLS here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the new listings for April 10th were only 2,094 new listings. So many people were pulling back. From March, there were more than 3,000 listed, And so what it tells me is people were scared to list their home. They weren't sure if it was the right time. The good news is April, 2,500 have already listed within the last 7 days, just nearing the end of April, and some of these restrictions are being lifted. Our governor did say that he is unrolling a plan to start opening businesses. As of today, we can open with 25% capacity. And so that tells me that there is some hope in the market that they can sell their home. Now, that is not average by any means, but it's going back up, and we're grateful for that. Will the buyers be there as more people list, though? That's the question that I won't be able to answer until the end of May. However, let's go ahead before I get into some predictions. Let's talk about the last 10 years. Now, my MLS data will only go back 10 years. It's not going back all the way to 2008 or 2006 like I wish it would. But this goes back to the end, to 2010 for 10 years. And this is the number of sales, over the course of the year. And so if you want to take a look at this graph, it's interesting because back in, say, 2011, hovering around the, I'd say, 6,500 mark, where up here at the low point in January is usually the low point, we were, I don't have the exact number, around the 11,000, 12,000 mark, right, of listings. And while this has gone down a little bit, the accurate number is 10,600 for April. Now, while this number is 10,600 because it has gone down, for the month of April, we're still well above what those earlier years were after the 2008 market crash. Now, one of the reasons why this trend is going up is because so many people are moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and the population is just increasing, it's booming. And so that's why we're seeing more sales and the trend always going up. I still think it's going to hold steady in the upcoming years. So let's talk about some predictions. I get this question a lot from buyers coming in from out of state, and they say, Dana, I don't know when is the best time to purchase a home. And the answer is no one ever knows the best time to purchase a home. We could purchase at the very top of the market, we could purchase at the bottom, or anywhere in between. No one really can predict that. It's the thing about real estate, you just don't know if you're buying at the top or the bottom, because if you're at the top, it could continue to go up. There's no magic ball. This is the thing about purchasing in Dallas-Fort Worth, though. We do have the security that many people are moving here. In fact, I have many of you watching today are saying, Dana, when the travel restrictions are lifted, I'm there. I'm in Dallas-Fort Worth ready to buy a home. And so these are kind of my feelings. And take it with a grain of salt because no one really knows. We have so many people that wanted to move in March, April, and May, and they're backlogged now. So May and June are peak season, pretty much everywhere in the country because everyone wants to move before school starts. So I'm concerned, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos, I'm concerned there may be a little bit of a frenzy if we don't have enough people listing their home and we have all of a sudden, the April buyers are now buying in May along with the previous May buyers. I'm concerned that we won't have enough inventory and it's going to drive prices up. I'm not saying that will absolutely happen, but I kind of get that feeling that in May and June it's going to be some hot sales. Well, at least once the travel restrictions are lifted, okay? Because all of those out-of-state buyers are then now going to be in the market along with the normal buyers, okay? Now, normal buyers, local, that's probably a better word. Now, the local buyers, they may be pulling back. They may be waiting to purchase. So maybe it'll balance itself out. I mean, I'm hoping it will because I don't want prices to just drive up super fast. But local buyers versus out-of-state buyers, it will be interesting to see how that all balances out. If there's a time that I can see that the market does pull back significantly, like in a true recession, there is so many that are unemployed and have lost their jobs, but not everyone has lost their job. Many people have been able to work from home. So with that being said though, it is possible that if we're going to face a major pullback or recession as a result of the coronavirus, I could see it happening in the fall. So say the months August and September, because most of the people that want to purchase have purchased a home by July, and then we kind of have a pullback then anyways. And I could see it really affecting the market in August and September, depending, I don't know how long it may last. The good news is I do feel like Dallas-Fort Worth is a great place to invest in property just because of the coronavirus. Even if we have a major recession and it affects the housing market, because I lived through the 2008, I'm not afraid to purchase a home. In fact, my family is in the market right now looking for a home to purchase because I'm not concerned that even if it does go down a little in value, it's going to go back up because real estate is limited and the population is only increasing. So if you are thinking about moving from California, New York, Connecticut, I'm thinking Washington, Illinois, all these states that many of you are contacting me, I wouldn't be too concerned about purchasing a home in Dallas-Fort Worth because our populations are increasing and demand, it's all about supply and demand. And when it's about supply and demand, if sellers are afraid to sell and they're holding onto their homes right now, then the inventory goes down, the buyers are here. I'm hoping it just kind of balances itself out, given all the different scenarios. I hope that makes sense at all. Go ahead and leave your comments. I don't know how to predict the future. I just have a pulse and a sense and a feeling for the market, okay? All right, leave your comments below and let me know if you have any questions. So Dana, tell me the next step. Well, hey, let's meet on Zoom. Whether you are a year out or even need to move this month, the next step is to fill out the Dream Home Questionnaire in the link below. In the Dream Home Questionnaire, you will paint a picture for me of what you want in a dream home and in a community. And after you share your favorite snack with me, you will click the submit button and an email will be sent to you with a link to book a consultation call with me via Zoom. We will get to meet online and you can ask me anything you want about Texas. Then we will narrow down some great areas for you. And when you're ready, I have a team to help you find the perfect home for your family. So go ahead, don't be shy. The link is below in the description. And while you're at it, follow me on Instagram and you can get to know me a little more in a more personal way. I look forward to meeting you.